Hi. When I was first asked to do an It Gets Better video, my first thought was to get a couple of my gay friends together and do it with them because I certainly, as a straight woman, can't relate to what a young boy is going through at 13, 12, 13 years old when he's first realizing himself that he's different. And maybe some other people at school are noticing even before he's willing to acknowledge it himself. And that must be a terrible, terrible feeling. And today we're wearing purple, at least I am, grandma's naked, in support of these boys who took their lives, and it's so not necessary. But I decided to maybe make my own video first because a lot of people were asking where it is, so I thought today was the perfect day since we're supporting Spirit Day. But also, we all experience our own kind of bullying at one point or another. And it could be, as a young adult, I was painfully shy, and I remember being in the cafeteria and not being in the cool group and being teased because I didn't go to parties, and, I was called a prude, and, that was bullying for, definitely for a young girl. It was very hard for me to go through that. And it could be anybody that, the poor kid who's, the hormones are raging and they have some acne and they're teased. So there's all forms of bullying going on. But for me, what I've learned is bullies bully for two different reasons. And the first one is, there's a phrase that I've heard before and I use it often, and it's hurt people hurt people. And basically that means that if you're hurting inside, sometimes you're going to take that out on someone else, and it makes you feel good maybe for that second to bring somebody else down. But they have their own issues that they're dealing with. So if you're being bullied, maybe think about what's going on maybe at home for them, and kind of, pray for them and hope that their situation gets better, that they don't have to continue their life like that, because it's not a happy, healthy life to bully someone and be mean. And the other reason is basically learning by your surroundings. And here's what I'm feeling, at times that, especially here on Twitter, you can be bullied, by a group of bloggers or what have you. And I admire Perez Hilton at this point for realizing that he was wrong and doing certain things and turning things around. And I think everybody can learn from that. And realize when you're doing this on the computer and you're all brave behind your keypads, that your kids may be in the next room, you think they don't know what's going on, but they do. Kids are a lot smarter than we think. When we're talking to a girlfriend on the phone and laughing about what we said to this one, the kids are listening and they're watching. And guess what? Those are going to be the kids in school that are bullying someone else. So think about that, parents, when you're raising our kids, or even aunts and uncles. Young America's watching and they're learning by our example. So we need to do the right thing. And listen, we all have our days where we're mad at somebody and we want to talk smack and we want to vent to a friend. That's normal, we're human. But in general, to attack someone or be vicious is just totally unnecessary. And guess what? If none of those reasons work for you, think about this, bullies. What you put out comes back to you. So if you want to be selfish about it, if you're putting out bad is going to come back to you at some point. So we could think about all those different things, but in the end we want to come back to what's really important today and why we're wearing purple. And we want to tell young America, and especially, those who are just starting to realize that they're a little different, that it gets better. And I can tell you, I have, a million gay friends who've struggled when they were younger, and they have amazing lives now, amazing lives, and partners and children and beautiful homes and great careers. And can you imagine if they, because of some bully took their life years ago, they wouldn't be experiencing these beautiful lives now. So Grandma Wrinkles and I just wanted to tell you it gets better, and don't you dare let anyone take your spirit away. And even if you don't have a good support system at home, believe in yourself and know in your heart that you're better than that. And one day you're going to be somebody, and let them motivate you and prove them wrong. So that's it. It gets better. Bye.